first thing I can say about the personality of my father, he was very human. Probably because of what he lived, but also it was his nature. And also because of what he lived. He could be absolutely sometimes unhuman. But humanity wins always at the end. This is the first thing. He was very friendly, always protect us. His family, his friend, very, very protective. And the third part, it's not politically correct, but he was very rude. Like Picasso. It was a joke for him, but with never any vulgarity, but rude. Even if he was very well educated. This is two parts of the personality. First, it was a really crazy place. Because when I was living there, the building was 17 or 80 years old. They haven't been fixed. There were rats, but there was also fantastic. There were a lot of children where we were playing in a safety place because it was closed. There was, of course, a lot of artists. 20% of them were crazy, so there was a feeling of danger. But it was a nice, it was a very nice life, because I don't remember, maybe there were maybe 80 studios, so it was a lot of people living there. And we were living in a small studio with my parents, and so there was a lot of artists, their wife, their children, and a lot of people coming from East. So it was a way of living. I got very good memories of this period. Mm-hmm. The personality of an artist is not an easy thing. It's not an easy personality. In fact, you can see the relation of my father with this model in a number of photos that exist. If there is a lot of photos, it means that my father allowed himself to go back and make photos and found an interest to work again, or again and again, or again and again and again. You know, my father survived Auschwitz, so the material, and it was the old generation, the material was very important. The photographic material was expensive and so precious. On the archives, we have the film on Rolleiflex, 6 by 6 centimeters. One film is 12 photos. We have found back the 12th photo, and we can connect the picture. So, if it was enough, he made 12 photos, one film, and it was finished. So, here, Matisse, Utrillo was a close friend. Even if he was a painful man with alcohol, and Miro, he made at least 4 series of shots of Miro. One is in his studio, in the Cima studio in La Ruche. Max Ernst was very important. Calder, he has just met him. We have 12 photos, that's all. But he was interesting by the sculpture of Calder. I think, in fact, all of the artists that he photographed had interested him at one moment or another. Or my father was free to do what he wants. So if he had not interest, not respect for the work of an artist, he had not made the photos. I forgot Chagall. Chagall was a close friend, and Cocteau too. In fact, really, when there is more than this is more than one series of photos, it's friends. And Cocteau wrote an article with saying that about when 42 my father and Picabia make a common exhibition in Cannes, just before my father was arrested and deported to Auschwitz. And Cocteau said that we have to see the wedding of Cima, the artistic wedding of Cima and Picabia on the exhibition. We must see on this exhibition what looked like an anarchy, but it was the rising up of a new order. Cocteau wrote that. Of course, Picasso was very, very important for my father. They were friends. You know, when you survive for 2 hours and a half in Auschwitz, when you come back, you're half crazy. Yeah. And so, Françoise Gillot, I've met many times, but I've been to New York to record his voice for a movie, and she explained us that when they have seen Sima in '46, Sima came to see Picasso to ask a drawing for the Antibes Museum, and so my father had his studio in the Antibes Museum, and it is like this that Picasso started to work in the museum. And Françoise Gillot tells us that she said we. When she said we, she means Picasso and her offered to Sima a land to born again after Auschwitz. So they were really, really close friends. And Picasso was en confiance. He was trusting, absolutely trusting Sima, because he allowed Sima to take pictures while he was working. And really working on real painting. It was not painting made for the photo or for the movie. He was working on main painting, and he allowed Sima to make photos. So it was a sign of respect. The color of the wall is important, and the light. The light is fantastic. It's very Russian. It's like an icon, and it's perfect. And also it's introduced the intimity of the studios. You succeeded. First, it's a very fantastic museum. That's sure for, and not only for Russia, for all contemporary art. Because I think that what artists, contemporary artists live in Russia with the end of the Soviet power, it's not a Russian question, it's a humanity question. So, and this is the power of the artist, that the language is universal. So what is what the artists that you have, the work in your museum, tell us? It's the question of the humanity today, and I think it's, I don't know English, un endroit majeur. C'est un musée majeur d'art contemporain. It's a main place for contemporary art in the world, I'm sure.